Hello and welcome to Kedrick Farms. How is everyone doing this fine evening? Hopefully well. We are, as usual, scrambling to get things going here at the last minute. Got our water bottle though, which is the most important part of this whole experience. So let's see if we can get everything going here. We're gonna need some lights. That's looking better. I have not done a lot of testing since I moved my office around. And apparently, hey, you guys get to see the streaming screen here as well when we are in the chatting window. So that's cool. So I'll have to think about what I put over there. Either way, hopefully everyone's doing wonderful on this Tuesday evening here. At least Tuesday evening for me. We've got quite a few people in chat. Good to see the staff team, Stranded Canson, Living on a Player. Good to see you guys. All the members joining in here. Legendary, Luke Gill, good to see you guys. Brian Rutherford, how are you doing, sir? Long time no talk. We are going to be taking a look at DJ Modding's new map here. Now, this was a map, Green Valley, that he sent me back before he released it. But unfortunately, I was not in a great spot to put out videos at that point in time. So I'm excited, even though I'm late to the party, to get to take a look at that map tonight. So that's what we're going to be doing. I've got things set up to do a little bit of a corn harvest here. So I'm just checking real quick to make sure that I've got all the mods on here that I need. And we'll jump into the game. I do. There we go. We even remembered to plug in the steering wheel here ahead of the stream, so hopefully this is going to work out and we can do the steering wheel during tonight's live stream. And I even moved my carpet so that my wheel will hopefully, or my chair won't roll away from the wheel, which will be fun. Well, let's see here. I just dropped a mod into my folder that I want to turn on. There we go. And let's see if I can figure out how to change the screen. Go over to our gameplay mode. There we go. The crash counter is up and working. And we might even use some courseplay tonight. Since it is harvest, I want to be able to keep everything running. And some of the fields on this map are interestingly shaped. So I'm really hoping I don't put a combine into a river. That would be maybe too much fun. Trio Gaming is in a tornado watch and warning. Well, stay safe, sir. I know that those can be quite crazy throughout the Midwest. I've been through a few tornadoes myself. Tom Rook, good to see you up there. I'm catching up on chat here, a little bit all over the place. We're all loaded up here, though, so we're going to jump in here and take a look. Now, since this is the first time that I'm getting a chance to play on this map, outside of just setting things up earlier, I do want to take a little bit of a look around here. Now, I was setting up for the wonderful screenshot here earlier, so down here in the valley is where we're going to be doing our harvest today. I picked up a couple of fields, 34 and 35, to get us started. There's a few other fields on this map we might jump over to depending on how fast things go tonight. But what I love about this map is that even though it's a 4X map, it doesn't look like a 4X map except for the fact that it's so big. And then DJ Modding's got all kinds of stuff on here. He's got lots of credits, which, you know, I really appreciate. DJ's always been really open about where he's getting his help from. So it's really cool to kind of see that out here, and I was really honored to get put on the list of content creators here that he listed out. It's always a blast working with DJ Modding on his maps. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick drive up here and look at a couple of things, and then we're going to get right into some harvest here. Now, one of the reasons that I want to take a little bit of a drive around is that I got this new version of the truck from Jonathan DuBois over at Northwest Mods and Edits, and he did me the kindness of tossing my logo on the side for me which was so awesome. I haven't gotten around to updating my tutorial on doing this in FS22, and so I couldn't help but grab this thing and put it in the save. It's the first live stream I've done since I got my hands on this, so we're going to be playing around with this truck a little bit today just to move around the map. And I think what we're going to do is actually drive on up to the store. We did need to buy a semi, and I didn't get a chance to buy that yet, so we're going to head up there and take a little bit of a look at the scenery on this map. Now, I've been to Nebraska a few times, and this map is beautiful. It just doesn't quite remind me of Nebraska, which at least the parts of Nebraska I was in were fairly flat and there weren't very many trees, but it's a beautiful map. And as somebody who loves the rolling terrain, this is just an amazing map. I'm really tempted to start playing on this map, but I know a lot of series out there already. A lot of people are playing on this map, but it's just a great looking map. So we've got a few different farms here, and I'm trying to remember exactly where I'm going. The shop's up here, and so we're going to head on up to that shop. And I'm over here rambling, not watching chat at all. Argsy Gaming in chat, good to see you, man. I am, hope you're doing well. I know we chatted not so long ago here. And McKnight Gaming, it's good to see you, sir. You have been releasing mods like crazy. I keep seeing your updates on the server. And so I'm going to have to do a video compilation of all the McKnight Gaming mods that have been put together here over the last couple of months. Because you, sir, have been going crazy and releasing all kinds of great utility mods. A lot of updates like corn dryers and different little things that are going to really help out, I think, map makers especially. And people like myself who like to build farms on maps. So, good times. Now, we do have a Case IH dealer on this map, so we did have to pick up at least one case mod for tonight's playthrough, but we're heading up here mostly just to buy a semi here real quick. So let's do that. Now, I do have... Oh, we better shut this truck off. I do have the store deliveries mod turned on, but that's no fun, so I'm going to see if I can... Is it R to reset? I can't recall. We're going to have to go look real quick. Store deliveries. How do I reset it up to the store now that I drove all the way up here? It's alphabetical? No. Real dashboard, park vehicle, manual attach, guidance steering. It might not be set up to be able to be changed. I thought it was Alt-Shift... R to reset? We'll find out. We'll just buy something. If it's not there, we'll just drive it around. Now, I've got... Oh, man, I had installed some semi-mods, but I apparently don't have them here, so the Mack truck it is. I guess we'll have to deal. And then that was... I installed a semi and a trailer here right before the live stream. And it looks like I've got the trailer, but not the semi. So we're gonna just go with this. I like this spread axle pace setter. Jeff Holcomb, welcome to the stream, man. Good to see you. Alt-Shift R it was. Yes, sir. I managed to blindly remember the correct one. I should read chat more often when I'm fumbling around here. You guys always have the answers for me. See if we can line up a little better than that. Now, I'm looking and my sound on the game might be a smidge too loud. Let me know if the game sound is drowning me out, if you guys need me to adjust that. It's been a minute since we live streamed, and that's my idea of straightening this out. My goodness. Let's try this. A third time's the charm, right, folks? Here we go. Here we go. Back it up. All right, now, if I'm not mistaken, I do have manual attach on here, so that's going to bite me before the end of the night. I guarantee it. And it looks like I did set up a shifter on the steering wheel, so we're gonna try and use the steering wheel a little bit tonight. See if we can get some good crashes. Loot Gill, there's a new mod to allow you to snap terrain for buildings, so now you don't have to line them up straight with the road. Nice. That's a good mod for someone like me. I always want my buildings to be like perfectly aligned, which is maybe not super realistic, but I'm a glutton for punishment when it comes to some of that stuff. I always want to see everything lined up super nice. Now, I'm just going in cab here, mostly because we've got such nice hilly terrain here, and sometimes it's fun to be in cab when you're going up and down those hills. But we'll probably run out of cab here for the most part, so that we can appreciate more of the terrain. Now, I'm just going to take a longer path to get back to our field there, because I want to just check out a little bit of the map. Oh my goodness, John Deere Tractor Shorts. Your name is so long it cuts off your donation, but I do appreciate the $1 super chat there, sir. Hope you're doing well. So we're gonna take the roundabout way here to get back to our field, which I could take that road, but I think that bridge goes over the river, and we need to go under that bridge to get back to our field. So we're going to take the next road up here. Nathan Seaman, can I play on a map in Canada? So we do have a multiplayer server on the Shellbrook map by Camille, which is a big Canadian map. I played on there a little bit, but didn't actually end up running a farm. And so I'll definitely look for an opportunity to run another good Canadian map, especially now that we've got some good mods coming out. I know Forward Ag has the big Seed Hawk drill that they've just released, and we've got the new case drill coming out from Perma's Modding, and we blew right through that stop sign. We've also got, I think there's another big case drill coming out, maybe by Custom Modding or somebody, I don't remember. But lots of big drills and stuff, lots of big combines. And so I definitely love getting into some of those big open grain fields. So we'll have to, we'll definitely have to keep our eye out on that. Now, this map, I just love the fall colors, all the trees turning color. We've got, you know, good sight distance. It's a little foggy, it's cloudy, and it looks like it's gonna rain in a little bit here, so I'm really hoping we don't get rained out of our harvest. I turned the time down to 0.5, so we'll see how this live stream goes. We may be skipping through another day to get past some weather. I absolutely love this giant bridge, though. It's just really awesome seeing a big bridge like this go across the river, but then still having these smaller roads down here underneath. So this is a lot of fun. Now, at some point, I want to go across that bridge. So maybe when we haul one of these loads out, we'll haul it out the other way and go across the bridge. Oh my goodness, John Deere Tractor Shorts, appreciate you, sir. Darnell, how you doing, sir? Doing good. We're excited to be back into streaming here. We've been away for a little while, and it's just exciting to get back into things. We've put some videos out the last few days here. I've already got another video off to the editor, and so hopefully we won't quite get to daily videos for a little bit again, but we should have a video coming out probably every other day, which will be a good pace to get started. I'd rather start slow and have regular content than put out a bunch of videos for a week and then disappear for a week. So we'll see how it goes. So we're back up here to the fields we want to get started with tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and see if we can get this thing turned around. Now, this is one of the few trailers that's still got N to open up. A lot of the base game stuff now is Z, I think, to open the covers and stuff up. I think I am going to bring this down, however, next to the field here. Oh, this is a bad idea. I don't know if I'll be able to get this back up this hill, actually. Maybe we'll put it right alongside the road and we'll load from the road. Because once this gets full, especially with the traction the way it is in Farm Sim, I'm not entirely sure we'll get that thing back out of the grass. Deary dear, welcome to the stream, man. Good to see ya. So we got all kinds of mods we're going to be showing off here in a little bit. Just as a quick preview, though, we do have the real dashboard mod by Perma's Modding set up in this tractor. And so we're going to be playing with that a little bit as we get going on the corn. And then obviously this is the case narrow frame from Carl Farms. So once we have need for the grain cart, we're going to be running a little bit of grain cart. But I thought it'd be fun to just get in the combine and actually open this field up ourselves, because we just never get enough time in the combine. It's always the easiest job to sign up for the workers. So let's do a little bit of driving here. Check out this beautiful riverbank here as we go along the field and see what's going on. Give me a chance to catch up on chat just a little bit. And yeah, putting money on how long it takes me to end up in the river. I was thinking about that, and then I got over here now and I'm looking at it, and I have to say DJ Modding definitely had people like me in mind when he put the riverbank in. We're not too close. We've got plenty of grass over here to help me out, keep me out of the river. And the banks look pretty steep too, so if I go in there, I don't think I'm coming back out. Let's take a quick look. Like, this is not a shallow embankment. I could probably drive out of it, but it's deep. And so I'm thinking that I would get stuck in here for sure. Pleasant View Farms, welcome to the stream, sir. Good to see ya. John Deere Tractor Shorts with the another $1 donation. Thank you, sir. Yeah, McKnight, I thought it was a really nice looking map. I mean, it doesn't remind me of the parts of Nebraska I've been to, but maybe I just need to look at more parts of Nebraska, because I really love the rolling terrain here. It looks really sweet. But we're going to get going here. Odin with the $2 Canadian. Appreciate you, sir. What was that working screen mod name? Share the link. So that is the, what's the name of the mod now? Real Dashboard is the name of the mod. It used to be called Fill Level Dashboard in FS19, and Perma's Modding is working on that, and he has not yet released it. I did a preview video on it here recently, and it's not going to get released normally. He's trying to get it released through the Mod Hub. It is a PC-only mod. But they couldn't test it. They need another vehicle in the Mod Hub that they can test it against that has it already added. And Carl Farms is still working on the updates to the Steiger narrow frame. And so until that or another tractor gets pushed to Mod Hub, I don't think it's going to get released. And so we're waiting patiently. But the link to Perma's Modding's Facebook page is in the description of the video. Go follow him for updates. He just posted about it in the last couple of days. And Polycount Taz, welcome to the stream, sir. Good to see you. I am seeing that I'm getting a little bit of lag on the YouTube front, so if things slow down here, I'll apologize. Hopefully we get that going here. There's a big error bar across my YouTube streaming window, and it prevents me from seeing other important stats. So I'm hoping that goes away in a few minutes and the stream catches up on performance. Godly Devil, how you doing, sir? We are on Green Valley, Nebraska this evening. Just thought we should check it out. And I saw Polycount Taz up there. I'm not sure if I said hi or not. My brain is all over the place, but it's good to see you, sir. And yeah, we're filling this combine up pretty quick, so we might have to go get that grain cart. I'm hoping I make it to the corner and I can start the worker off so we can unload him on the way down the headland here. We'll get it going. Let's see. All right, we don't have our header selected, so let's try that. There we go. Harvesting some corny stuff there. Appreciate you, Trio Gaming. All right, we're at 99%. Oh, I'm not lined up. We got to get it lined up. 100%. We didn't make it, so I can't even start the worker off. Oh, goodness. All right, let's drop this auger out here, and I'll go pick up the grain cart. We'll get him started here. Am I still playing Deer Creek? Chris, I have not been back to Deer Creek in a while. I ended up having to take a couple months off from YouTube, and so now that I'm back, I'm trying to figure out where to pick things up. And so part of me was tempted to just walk away from all of my series and start something new. But I did want to keep going a little bit because I didn't get very far in most of those. And so now that I'm back, I am definitely trying to get in there and get a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for, longevity to my series. So we'll see if I end up getting back to that one or not. But I'll definitely be playing a bit more Westby. In fact, I just sent another episode of Westby off to the editor right before the live stream. Excuse me. So we're going way too fast. My brakes are apparently not very sensitive here on the steering setup. And why am I not filling? Oh, my combine's not turned on. I bet you that's the problem here. Let's go ahead and hop back into the combine. Turn the engine on. See if we can dump a few percent. And start this off. And so, well, there we go. Trio Gaming Elm Creek is coming in on the same thing. Oh my goodness, John Deere Tractor Shorts, appreciate you, sir. We were playing Elm Creek when that was the only map that was out, but honestly, as soon as a few other maps released, I kind of moved on from Elm Creek. It was a fine enough base game map. It was just there were so many other great modded maps coming out in such quick succession that there was just not enough time to play them all. Moreau, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but welcome from Brazil. Good to see ya. Throwing Dairy Deer off with trying to play while watching. Godly devil. It's funny, so when I search, I was over at a buddy's house this weekend, and we were talking about the YouTube stuff, and I went to search for my channel in Google, and it came up with Kedrick with an R-I-C-K. It came up with Kendrick, and then it showed the way that I've spelled my name for the last, I don't know, 30 years. And I'm just like really disappointed. And so I apparently need to go update my YouTube search helpers to make sure that I'm including all these alternate spellings of my screen name here so that people can find me, because it's one of those things where if I had it to do again, I would probably pick a different name for the YouTube channel. Polycount Taz, it's been going good. Life's been crazy the last couple of months, but I'm hoping things are on the way back to more normalcy, at least until school's out in the summer. And so we've been definitely dealing with a lot in real life. In fact, I was late to the live stream because I had to run up and get antibiotics for my youngest. He's been dealing with a ear infection the last few days, and so all kinds of crazy things going on. We are officially crash countered here, by the way. We did not get into this combine fast enough to avoid all this hassle. So let's try and get this going. I forgot. Oh, we're getting hung up again. We forgot that this was a normal worker and not course play, so it didn't go around the corner of the field like I was expecting at all there, folks. Let's get this going back down the up and down rows, or I should probably take off this headland again and then I can get going down up and down rows. Let's do that. Let's see if I can avoid putting it into the trees. The camera is the only part of all this that irks me. Can I go in cab? Just 16 rows is too much in cab unless I adjust my field of view up in Farm Sim. And so we're going to be staying outside, I think. Now, I do have the magic sauce here. Let's enable GPS and see if I can drive straight at least while we're doing the headlands. And that'll give me a little bit more bandwidth to read chat and interact with you guys. Being from Northwest Nebraska, does anyone know where exactly this is based off? Can't wait to try this map. I don't. Now, there are 2 towns on this map, and so I'm curious to see if it's one of those towns. Let's check real quick. We've got a town named Rushville, and then we have another town named Hay Springs on the map here. And so I'm not positive if those are real-life farms or not, or real-life towns or not, but if they are, that might help you zero it in. Chris Waldner, will the wide front quads come out from Carl Farms? That I don't know, because Giants released their wide front quad tracks after the game launch. They patched those in. And so I know he focused on the narrow frames because that was something different, or at least I think he said that at one point. But have not gotten a chance to really play around with that at all. And I have talked to Carl Farms a couple of times here in the last month or so, but I haven't asked him about that. So next time I talk to him, I'll have to ask him. And FS Miner in the chat. I missed that earlier. Welcome to the stream, dude. I have not gotten a chance to play with too many of your mods, but Stranded Kansan and I are talking about starting up a Yukon River Valley map with the update that came out, and so we're gonna have to check that out. I think that'd be a fun multiplayer live stream to do, and so we might have to set that up on a 16-player server and get a bunch of people in on a live stream and play with some of your stuff. I'm trying to remember to drink some water tonight, too, so we don't lose our voice. That would set me back on trying to keep the regular content flowing here. Seth, those are actual towns about 40 miles north of you. It's always crazy to me to see how many times in a live stream when I'm playing on a map that's based on some real-life location that we find somebody that lives very close to that area that's in the audience and watching, so that's really cool. That is really cool. I'm loving this map, though. The fields are, you know, nicely laid out here. They're not too square. Everything feels really natural. I'm kind of wondering if I know a lot of people are running series on this map, so I'm always hesitant to start a Let's Play series on a map that everybody else is doing a Let's Play series on, but this is an amazing looking map for sure. My staff team's trying to get a rise out of me on the private chat channel on the side, where they usually remind me that I'm muted or I haven't drank water in 10 minutes. They always crack me up. So we're going to open this up. I think I'm going to take this down, do the other headland, and then we'll fire a worker off and try and go get this grain cart. I think by the time I empty the grain cart one more time, we'll be getting close to filling up a semi. I'm not sure. This semi might be a little bit bigger than the other trailer we had. So are the PC mods and maps not available on Mac? I haven't really paid that much attention to Mac users. I do apologize. I talked to a lot of PC users and a lot of console users, but I'm not sure what the restrictions are for Mac compared to PC. We're also going to just back out here at an angle so we can go get the grain cart and bring it down here, I guess. What is going on with this thing? That's a little bit twisted up. So this narrow frame that I'm using is a early release. Carl Farms is still working on it. That's why it hasn't been set to the mod hub yet. And so there may be one or two weird things with it still. I've noticed it gets a little finicky on the rotation between the front and the back half here. But I couldn't help myself. I had to get the row crop duals on, because I've never played with the row crop duals on this Demco 22, and I thought it'd be cool to just have the matching set here. So I'm loving how this looks. It's a good matching tractor for sure. We're swinging really wide here. I'm gonna need to flip back around and come at this combine from the other side maybe. It always bugs me to load from the high side of a grain cart. Just the map needs something the Mac doesn't have access to. Oh, that's right. I read that a lot of people were having issues on the map with older graphics cards, and you were needing to switch to the DirectX 11 mode to be able to run it on some of the older graphics cards. Whoa, my goodness. Well, I believe that's a crash counter. I'm also not entirely sure. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Quadtrack's got it under control. My goodness. It's going to be one of those live streams, apparently, folks. And the brakes on this are apparently non-existent, so we'll have to keep that in mind, or we are going to end up in this river. Now, I do need to pop in here and start this back up. Goodness. Chris, what PC am I running? Actually, my PC specs are listed in the description of the video. There's a link to an Amazon storefront, and I've linked every piece of equipment in my setup, including like my lights and my steering wheel and stuff, so you can see what I've got for my YouTube streaming setup. Yeah, the crash into the river is coming. I can just feel it. Based on the last couple of incidents here, it's coming tonight. And the other field, I think there's less of a shoulder or a berm here before I get to the river, and so we're gonna end up having some issues when I switch fields for sure. I think we'll start making some better progress on this field once we get the worker going and we're hauling corn. Less stopping once we get it opened up here, I think. But this field across the road from us is smaller, but it's like long and narrow. I'm looking forward to getting over there. We might try course play out over in that field. I think I've got course play installed. Let me see here. Yep, I've got course play installed. We'll do some course play shenanigans on the other field because it's a little bit more wavy. Yeah, stranded Kansan. I finally found a deal on an upgraded graphics card. I've been waiting like a year to get one of these newer graphics cards, and I realized that my motherboard does not support it. I'm gonna have to buy a whole new PC, which is unfortunate. I do not have the funding for that currently. We'll have to give it a couple months. Maybe component prices will keep going down. They're the lowest they've been in, I think, 2 years right now. So maybe they'll come down a little bit more with the new line of graphics cards coming out this month. We can buy a 30 series finally here, now that the 40 series stuff is all out. All right, let's get this headland off, get the worker going, get this semi filled up. I want to go find a sell point to sell to. That's we'll probably try to sell to a different sell point every load, just to see a little bit of this map. And then I want to do an unload on the go so we can play around with the real dashboard that Perma's Modding's got hooked up here for me. So I'm really curious to see how that works out. Your 3060 is showing its age. I'm still running a 2080. I would love to get onto a 30 series. I need some more RAM too. That's good to know, Livin. I was not aware of that because the whole reason I have this computer was when I bought my 2080, it wouldn't work in the previous PCI slot I had on my old motherboard. And so I had to go for the whole motherboard upgrade at that point in time. And so I was really frustrated because I kind of did it in a hurry and didn't do a lot of research. Although it is an Asus ROG Strix motherboard. I've really enjoyed that series of cards and motherboards. It's always done good for me. Let's see if I can load this without crashing into anything. Yeah, Mr. Simulation 2060 Ti, exactly. I think that's what I've got in my other PC here, which is working great for my 5-year-old when he plays. So at least for me, when I'm running OBS and recording and streaming, having 32 gigs of RAM is really important. It definitely comes into play. But for just gaming, and specifically for just Farming Simulator, I think it kind of depends on how many and what kind of mods you're running. That I think they'll use a little bit more memory. I do a lot of other gaming, or I used to at least, and my job requires significant amounts of memory. So I'm actually tried to upgrade to 64, but the memory that I had my what do you call it, in my PC now is out of stock pretty much everywhere, so I couldn't actually buy any more of it. So I would love to have more memory, but I have so much going on that uses RAM. Yeah, it's funny is for Farm Sim 22, actually, my graphics card works pretty good. I mean, I'm rocking 55, 56 frames a second right now, and I'm running 4K for playing the game, so that takes up a little bit more. I only stream and put videos out in 1080p anymore because the 4K file sizes were just too much to work with, but it really helps out a lot with the new Farm Sim really helps out a lot with the frame rates, being able to use like the NVIDIA DLSS and stuff like that. It does occasionally cause a little bit of flickering sometimes, like you'll notice in the trees they'll flicker sometimes, especially at night when there's lower light. I've noticed more issues, and I think that's just part of the DLSS on Farm Sim. But all in all, I have to say that it performs so much better than FS19, especially when you're playing multiplayer. We've been doing a lot of different multiplayer stuff. We've got 3 multiplayer servers for the channel members now, and seeing how fast you can connect to multiplayer games now compared to FS19 has been amazing. Wow, this Demco trailer's got some sproing to it. All right, let's see if we can fill this this semi up. That was close to being an incident. It almost rolled over again. The hillside trees that are gradually changing to fall colors. Well, it is the month of October, so, you know, every hour that goes by is like a couple of days real time, right? So I would expect the trees to keep changing colors. I don't think we're quite going to fill this semi up with this load. We're going to have to go get one more load of corn here. That's all right. Now, I think this map has like anhydrous and dry corn and stuff on it. We're not going to do that tonight because I didn't bother to buy a farmyard to dry corn, but it does have dry corn here. But we're just going to haul the corn straight up to the elevator since this is just for the purposes of the live stream tonight. Oh, I see what you're saying, Derry. Yeah, with the different shades of colors and stuff, that's been really nice to see this menagerie of color in the fall on the seasons that are built into the game, for sure. And I can't wait for next week when they're gonna launch the precision farming. Man, you guys, if you guys watch the channel when I did FS19, precision farming is my jam, and that's gonna fix the weeds, so we go back to having patches of weeds rather than the entire field covered with them. So I'll actually start playing with weeds turned on again and using some of the Farm Sim mechanics for spraying or weeding at the different stages. So I can't wait. Now we're gonna go in cab here, see if we can cause some chaos. Right in time. The grain tank is 80% full. We're lined up pretty good, it looks like. And oh no, Something's not hooked up here because I'm not seeing my capacity. Ah, I know why. Because I don't have the cart selected. There we go. So now I've got the cart selected. I'm going to change this to show the appropriate units. So it's meters cubed bushels. I think I want pounds, and then we're going to do pounds per bushel. So we've got corn set at 62 pounds per bushel. For wet corn, that might not be too bad. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while, but if I remember, corn is usually like in the mid 50s, high 50s for pounds per bushel when I've measured, but 62 doesn't sound too far off from reality. So that's pretty cool. And so for those of you that like to do the realistic thing, you can turn off your HUD and watch your monitor. We've got 500 bushels in here. A little over 31,000 pounds, 32,000 pounds in here, which is pretty slick. So I'm digging it. Chris, it's the row crop wheels on the cart. You had the same problem, switched to track, didn't have it anymore. That's good to know. Hopefully at some point custom modding will get a fix out for that, and we'll have a little bit more stability there. But I have to say it looks slick, and so I'm not sad that I'm using it here. Country Bandit, welcome to the stream. Appreciate the subscription. We're having a hard time loading, or we're empty? I think we're empty, and there's just a little splash in there. Good deal. So let's see if we can load up this truck. Loading from the slanted ditch here. I forgot we don't have any brakes. At least I didn't hit anything. There we go. C-Doe, how do I turn off the HUD? I have a mod installed called HUD Toggle. It's on the in-game mod hub, and it lets me press Alt-1 to hide and show the HUD. And so it works out pretty good. So let's grab this semi and find somewhere to sell some corn. Or like I said, we're not going to dry it, so I'm just going to grab a place, and oh my goodness, there's a million places to sell. I love it. I don't know how far this is, but we're going to go to Cargill, because that's the name of a elevator I can actually recognize. So I'm going to pop open the screen here. It looks like it's back over here, so we just need to do a little bit of a U-turn and come on in here. I can handle that. The man is back to living. That I am. We are pretty much back to the land of the living. I can breathe. I haven't had a sinus infection in like 30 days. It's been awesome. Tucker and Spot, can you actually drive across the overhead bridge, or is that only for trains? No, that's a drivable bridge. We can actually drive across that. We can try and find a road to take back across that on the way back up to the field here. So we're going to get this going here. My wife is bringing further refreshments for me. Much appreciated. She's going to try and sneak back out. We have the office set up now so that when the door opens, you can't see somebody come in and out. Which has been nice for those who don't want to be on camera. It's just like water. Ah, that's a nice apple cider there, I think. It is Taco Tuesday, but we had enchiladas instead, so I'm gonna tarp this up while we drive, and let's see here. I've got more gears. We can go faster. Let's do it. Have I tried using auto drive yet? I have. I think roads like this, you could probably get away with two-way traffic if you were careful, but I would probably set it up with one-way on some of these unmarked roads if you're trying to do farm equipment, because you know, you would crash into all this stuff with a big piece of farm equipment. And yes, Alton, they have released, I don't know if I would call it a final update to Westby, Wisconsin, but they made a lot of improvements to it. And I think that it's I'll say the current version is much more stable than the earlier versions. They probably did 3 or 4 releases. I know on my single player save, I'm at least 3 versions behind, if not 4 versions behind. So I would definitely get that version, and it's pretty stable. We've only had 1 or 2 problems on the multiplayer server with it. We're running a multiplayer server. We've got quite a few farms running on it, and most things seem to be working without issue now. So highly recommend the Westby map. What's the most up-to-date version? Oh my goodness, that car just passed me because I'm a little bit off the road. We'll get our 4-ways on until we get up to speed, maybe. What's the most up-to-date version of Courseplay and Auto Drive? I don't know the version numbers off the top of my head, but if you go to, if you just search for FS22 Courseplay GitHub, you'll find the latest version. And the same with Auto Drive. They're both up on GitHub. And I know Courseplay releases something like every week. So I've just put the latest version on this. It released a few days ago. So you definitely got to keep your eye out on what they've got cooking, because they're doing updates all over the place. In fact, we're being brave. We're even running Courseplay and Auto Drive on one of our multiplayer servers. We just set up a multiplayer server on Huron County, which is the 16x map, and that map is really well done. I'm surprised. Normally a 16x map, the mod makers take a lot of shortcuts, and it doesn't tend to look that good in the past, the ones that I've seen at least. And this map is really well done. There's not a lot of buildings and stuff, and there's only 1 pre-made farm, but you have so much land that you can make your own farms, and so we've been having a ton of fun with that on the multiplayer server. But Courseplay giving us a little bit of grief on there. Still learning how to use that in multiplayer effectively. I think it comes down to not using too many Courseplay drivers at the same time. We were on the server the other night, and there were 6 Courseplay drivers going, and like 4 or 5 people logged on, and it started to get a little choppy. Now, this is Hay Springs, Nebraska here. And what I love about DJ Modding's towns is he uses all the real-life buildings and stuff, so it's always fun seeing, you know, businesses that you actually recognize, like a McDonald's or a Dollar General, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, we started a staff farm on the Huron server, and a few of us are on there playing on the staff farm now, which has been fun to just kind of have some fun and, you know, not necessarily record videos. I don't think I'll do a series on that because it's kind of hard to do, especially because we keep things running in real time on the servers. And so I do get on and play every couple of nights for, you know, maybe a half hour or so. And it's been a lot of fun to hang out with the channel members. So let me, oh my goodness, Garrett plays in here, the man behind the curtain. Garrett, if for those that don't know, Garrett is my editor. He helps me out a lot behind the scenes. He's the guy that's coming up with all the cool effects in my recent videos that people have been commenting on and really liking. So make sure to give Garrett some love. He does a few different things in the farm sim community, so he's out and about. But I've definitely enjoyed working with Garrett over the last few months. He's keeping the channel going for me, because if I had to do all my own editing right now, we'd probably be seeing 1 video a month. We're making a lot of money on this corn, considering that the dry corn is worth more than double this, which seems ridiculous. I've really got to do a campaign to work with the modders to put a more reasonable system in place for wet and dry corn, because it always cracks me up when you can make like 2 to 3x on drying your corn, which is just not how it should work. It should just dock you a little bit for moisture, but it is what it is. Oh my goodness, it's Nitro Dad in the chat. It's good to see you, man. Giants really increased performance on this version. I'm shocked at the amount of stuff I've put into my new map and it's still running 60 FPS steady. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm running on, you know, my, admittedly, you know, I need some improvements to my system in this day and age, but I'm rocking a solid 55 FPS while streaming, and I've got a bunch of junk open in the background for work that I forgot to close before the stream. And yeah, we're rocking on FS22. Oh, I love when modders put these towns in. It feels so real. And I love this church. It's huge. Ah, goodness. So many good things. I'm looking forward to a Nitro Dad map, though. I am definitely going to be running a series on that when it comes out. Can't wait for the new map. Yeah, Livin', can't wait. I know I've played on almost every Nitro Dad map, I think. I've done a series on most of them and enjoyed every minute of it. His Georgetown map, back when I was still doing time-lapse videos, the Georgetown, New York map was one of the first maps that I started getting views on, and it was really encouraging. It's also one of the first maps I ran case equipment. I'm going to assume those two things are unrelated, though, because you know, we need some good John Deere equipment. Now, I just drove by. I want to take this other road. I want to go across this bridge. I know somebody was asking about this big bridge. We're going to go across this big bridge on the way back up. Also, it gives me a chance to go up this squirrely, twisty road on the hill. So I'm glad I'm doing this empty instead of with a full load. Can't imagine trying to come down this with a full load of corn. That could be disastrous. Especially if the brakes work on this like they do on that grain cart. Oh man, I hope no cars are coming because I am gonna go over the line here a bit. I can see a car down the way here. I just love, I don't know, we used to have some of these twisty roads like this in one of the areas that I used to live, and I can't imagine trying to drive a tractor with a big implement up something like that. Corbin, if you were to become a member, could you play on your Xbox with some of you? So we were running a crossplay server for a while, and then I took it down because nobody was playing on it. But I know the Frankenmuth map just came out for console, and that was really good. Ooh, that's a sort of a road to get down to that field. I don't think that we're going to take a semi on it. That was almost a crash counter. And so if there was interest from the member community, I'd definitely stand up a crossplay server again. I know we have a couple of console players in the community, so my intent was, you know, with FS22 was always to set up a crossplay server and to finally get to do some multiplayer with our brothers that use consoles. So I would definitely be open for that. Maybe a good way to break up some of the live streams, do some different things on live stream days. So we're going across this bridge, not because we need to. It's actually going to take us away from where we needed to go. But just look at this view, and it feels good. I mean, I don't like heights in general. I've had too many bad experiences on high things. I fell off a grain leg one time when I was a teenager, and that kind of did me in from heights. But just looking at this thing, it looks good. I'm liking it, and I'm up on the side things, and it's giving me like the noise as I go over the bounces. So that's pretty cool. As I drift onto the rumble strips on the right there, my steering wheel is shuddering, which is kind of a cool effect. Now that we've taken the scenic route, how do I get to my field? I'm going to have to go all the way up and around now. Let's see here. What's the best way to get down there? Probably to hang a right and go around the block. Let's go left. We went to the right when we got down there the first time. We'll take one more scenic drive around here, and then we'll try to find some closer places to bring our corn to in the future, because we're not doing a whole lot of harvesting right now. Nathan, I usually live stream every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern time is kind of my jam. So we're still working on things, but ooh, the Farm Sim show, they've got a nice poster board there. I'm glad that white car was turning because I didn't even look. I wonder what other billboards are around the map. I should be paying more attention as we're driving around. Alright, I closed my map now already, so I gotta bring this back up. I've got the memory of a squirrel. I can't remember anything here. So, next big left, and we'll head on down to our field, and we'll get back into some actual farming here. Sometimes I stream on weekends as well, but usually just on the Tuesday nights right now. I think this is my road. If it's not, we're going on an adventure. No, this is my road. So let's get going here. Am I even in my fastest gear? I am. I was kind of expecting this to have 18 speeds. Mr. John, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, sir. Hope you've been well. We've been exploring the map here, checking things out. We gotta get back to harvesting though. My goodness, that was quite the bump there. We almost went flying off of the road. Glad to hear it, Mr. John. I have also, in my time away, been spending a lot of time with the family, the kids especially. I got to spend a whole week with my 5-year-old, just the two of us. My wife and oldest went and looked at colleges over spring break, and we decided that that was going to be a bit too much for the 5-year-old to handle. And so the mom and my oldest got to go and visit a bunch of colleges and have some one-on-one time, and me and the 5-year-old got to have some one-on-one time. It was a lot of fun. And it's the little things that make you realize how important family is. We've had a lot of experiences over the last few months, and so nothing quite like spending time with the kids. Let's see here. I don't want to run over the sign. I'm like all over the place. I should have stayed on the road and just pulled in there is what I should have done. So we're going to swing back around so I'm not unloading over the tarp again. And I think I'm going to put it right up here. That way I'm not in the road signs way. Boom. That's what I like to see. Scooter's Workbench. Good to see you, man. All right, this combine is ready to go. We got to get out here. He's been sitting here waiting for us for like 20 minutes while we took a tour of the map. I have been all over the place tonight. I can't believe it's already 10 o'clock and we've gotten like 3 rounds done here. Oh goodness, Nitro Dad already starts graduate school in the fall. She was just 5 a couple years ago. That's how it feels. We've got our first soccer practice tomorrow night, and so I'm really looking forward to that with the 5-year-old. This is his not his first year of soccer, but the first practice of the year. And just seeing how much he's grown up and changed over the year and playing. And then you go from that to remembering, you know, when my now 17-year-old or soon-to-be 17-year-old was playing soccer when, you know, he was younger. And it's just like, oh my goodness, when did they grow up so fast? Yeah, the days just fly by. I live in North Nebraska. No clue where this would be. Yeah, Pop Graybeard's got you covered there on the general location. There's 2 towns on the map here. Hay Springs, and then as soon as it's done saving, I forget the name of the other town, Rushville. And so you can kind of look for those on the map. I think it's one of those loosely based on the area. Tired Geek, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, man. Scooters at workbench, you don't understand, enjoy them while you can until you look back 20 years. Exactly. Exactly. Nope, it's been an interesting year. It's funny, this year has really been focused on kind of reevaluating what's important in life. And so, you know, it's interesting to see what different experiences do to you and making you understand what's important. So we've had a lot of priority shifts this year, which has all been for the best. It's been good. And so I'm actually really excited with where things are landing in life these days. I've been very fortunate, and so, you know, I get a lot of people that DM me because I've been missing in action here for a couple of months and expressing concern, and I really appreciate it. It's overwhelming the amount of communication I've gotten from the community, and despite some of the struggles over the last few months, everything is definitely working out for the positive, and so, you know, I'm getting to a better place, and I'm excited about it. Oh, Nitro Dad, yeah, exactly. It can be very annoying. My kid is definitely on the path to being smarter than I am. Oh my goodness, we're gonna lose this trailer again. Almost. My oldest is going into some advanced mathematics stuff, and I think he wants to major in economics. And so, you know, we have all of these conversations about the state of the economy and different things, and it's just amazing, you know, how smart, you know, the kids can be. Definitely smarter than I was at that age. Definitely more involved in current events and different things that are going on than I was at that age too. But it can be very frustrating at times too. Like, I'm the parent here. All right, we gotta turn a little bit more reasonably here. We keep almost rolling this cart. These tires are a little springy. There we go. Let's keep them all on the ground. I guess we can jump over here into the combine again. Tucker, good to see ya. Need some sleep. You're heading 14 hours to Florida tomorrow. Nice. Nice. Well, I appreciate you coming out for a bit on the stream here. Florida should be nice and warm. I'm not sure where you're coming from, but we finally had 2 nice days in a row here. It was 65 for 2 days in a row, and so for me, that's amazing. I can't wait till this is the norm. We're gonna get cold and rain again here the rest of the week, but we've had some nice days. Appreciate you, Mr. Junt. I will definitely check that out later this evening. And a huge shout out to Mr. Jonathan DuBois. You probably weren't here in the earlier part of the stream, but definitely appreciate that truck he sent over to me a few weeks back. Finally getting the chance to use it tonight, so that was much appreciated on his behalf. I know you're active in his community as well. All right, let's see if I can do this in cab again. There we go. We're gonna try and get a little closer. We're gonna dump corn on the ground. Now, I'm gonna say this and probably instantly regret it, but I think it would be really cool if the grain would like spill out on the ground and stuff when you're, you know, if it's unloading and you just get off of the center of things a little bit. I wish it would spill over a little bit. I think it'd be cool. It's one of those mods where it's like, why would you want to make the game harder? But I don't know. I think it'd be fun. It's a little bit tricky here to find the right angle. I could use GPS, but that feels like cheating right now. I know it probably isn't super pleasant to watch me jerk the camera back and forth here, but that's how I do it in real life. I'd have to keep checking where I'm going and keep looking back, so we'll give it a shot. We'll try to move the camera a little slower, maybe. We got 450 bushels in here already. The my field of view is somewhat small. I don't remember if I've got it set to 40 right now, because it makes for better screenshots, and I find if I don't set it down, I end up playing the game like this when I have a wider field of view. And I've been trying to play the game a little bit more zoomed in, especially when I'm creating videos, because you know, it's less interesting when it's just such a, when the action is so small. If I was just playing the game for fun, I'd probably be really zoomed in, so, or really zoomed out if I was just playing on my own. Because I'm more of a farm manager style player as opposed to a simulation player, but we'll try and keep zoomed in. Cedo, IRL farmers use GPS, so it's not too cheaty. That's true. We never had GPS way back in the Stone Ages when I worked on the farm, but nowadays I'm pretty sure they're probably using GPS to keep the tractor next to the combine, and you know, everything's linked up. But Hammer Mike, yeah, the 49-inch curved screen. I've been tempted to try a curved screen. I haven't gotten around to it. The next time I upgrade my monitors, I currently run 4 monitors. I'm tempted to go down to 3 and get a big curved screen. Oh my goodness, we almost lost that trailer again. This trailer really wants more crash counters. It's trying its hardest. IRL, but yeah, so I try to play on like a 35 to 40 field of view. I think this is 40 because it feels about right when I'm trying to take screenshots and things don't look too warped. So let's see, we're at a little after 10. I'm curious if we're going to get this all done. I kind of want to go over into that other field across the way here and check that out at some point too. So we'll take one more round here. I'll fill up this semi, and then maybe we'll switch fields just for the fun of it, because I want to see what that other field looks like. And I thought it'd be fun to play with course play a little bit and see if we can get that working good. Yeah, Scooter, this trailer, this is the custom modding Demco 22, and for whatever reason with these row crop duals, it is springy as all get out. It just wants to tip over. It bounces all over the place. At first I thought it might be the tractor, because I've got it, the narrow frame Steiger I'm using is an early release from Carl Farms. It's a work in progress, and so I thought maybe there was an issue with the tractor because it does some weird things sometimes. But some of the other members in the YouTube channel here earlier in the stream were saying that it's the trailer is it's the row crop duals. If I put the tracks on here, this thing works fine. So I don't know what's going on. But I do know that I love this X9 combine, and even without the larger hopper top, I'm a fan of how the factory fold looks, so I don't really like adding the extenders on. I love the capacity on this thing. It's huge. Henry, stay safe, man. I heard there's a number of tornado warnings throughout some areas in the Midwest tonight. A couple of different viewers complaining about tornado watches and warnings. So stay safe, sir, but appreciate the kind words. All right, so we're gonna make that turn there. Let's get back in our grain cart. We'll do this one external. Any word on unit convert? Well, the closest that we've had to unit convert here is this monitor by Perma's Modding. He definitely has the bushels and all that set up in here right now. but I don't think that there's any word on an official unit convert coming to 22 at this point. Last I saw from Thundar Modding was that he was kind of taking a step back from the spotlight. He's still helping members of the community out and has been around helping people with scripting and mods and stuff, but I don't know that he has any immediate plans to release anything last I heard. So I haven't talked to him in a little while. Another one of my fellow Michiganders, but we'll have to see. Hopefully, I would love to see it come back to Farm Sim 22. I know there's been a ton of changes with the UI though, so it would probably be a fairly significant undertaking to get that all working again. So if it does come, I don't think it's going to come soon. But hey, I've got, at a minimum, I can see my bushels here in my grain cart, so it's something. Oops, we turned off the cruise control. Word on the street is Unit Convert will come out at some point for FS22. Well, welcome to the stream, Legacy Ag. It's always good to see you, sir. And that is good news for sure. I know last I heard, Thundar didn't say he was done with modding, just that he was taking a step back from the spotlight, so to speak. So we'll see how it goes. But I would be super excited to see Unit Convert come out. Unit Precision Farming will be a free mod released on, I believe, the in-game mod hub is how they released it last time, and I would expect it to be released the same way this time around, CDO. It should come out next week. I think it's coming out next Tuesday, actually, the 19th. So we'll be definitely putting that on all of my save games moving forward when that does release here, though. And I will most likely be doing some videos on that since they've added quite a bit to it from the previous version. So I can't wait. Oh, Justin Risinger, good to see you, man. Hopefully you've been doing well. I'm excited to be streaming again. Missing my my live stream cruise here. We need to get back into this being a habit, so hopefully I'll be streaming on Tuesday nights again. The one complication with that, it turns out that my 17-year-old plays water polo, and all of his games are on Tuesday nights right now, and so it just depends on what time the game is and if I'm going to make the game or do the live stream right now is the choice that I had to make. And so tonight I actually ended up skipping out on his game because we had some other things going on that I had to finish up anyway. But hopefully we'll be live streaming on Tuesdays now. We're back at it. I'm looking to see where a good place to sell this corn would be. All the prices are pretty close, so we're going to look and see where the closer sell point is here. Love's gas station. I don't know if that's really a sell point for corn. Conoco gas station, Providence grain. Oh, I bet you this one, Thompson Vac grain. Let's go sell it there. That's nice and close, and we can keep the combine running here. Yeah, high school. He's been on the swim team, and in the off seasons for the swim stuff, he does water polo. He's actually the goalie for both the varsity and junior varsity teams, and so that's been a lot of fun. And we got good and stuck here. Let's throw it into reverse. We kind of tried to turn a little bit tight there. Drop us down a few gears, maybe. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Whoa, I don't know what is going on right now. We got on too much of an angle, and I think it's hung up on my fenders. So if I can kind of get back up on the road here, this is just too steep on this side. I think if I swing around on the lower part like I did before, we'll be good to go. Got to get good and going. Got to be careful when I switch gears because it does slow down a little bit when I switch gears. And I've gotten stuck because I paused when I should have been trying to get some speed. Banks Sinatra, good to see you, man. Hopefully you've been doing well. All right, we've got this thing trucking. Shreyas Shrey, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. All right, let's see here. So I think this was the waypoint on the right-hand side here that we're going into. I'm gonna drop a couple gears. Whoa, whoa, what just happened there? That stop sign just goes flying. I don't know what that was. I don't think it was my fault, but we'll do a crash counter. Well, I don't know how I'm gonna get this unstuck. Come on, you can do it. Well, let's give us a few gears. Luke Gill, you've got a storm coming through. You're afraid your power's gonna go out. Well, you stay safe, sir. Have a good one. And thanks for coming out to the stream. I don't think I turned wide enough. What did I hit? I'm not hitting anything. I'm stuck on something, though. Come on, come on, come on. Pull it on through. There we go, there we go. Okay. Let's unload this. That's an error-free modded trailer? Exactly. It's funny, I don't have a whole lot in here, in my log, since my last save, so at least it's error-free. Am I playing multiplayer? Not tonight, but most of my live streams, well, most of my previous live streams have been multiplayer live streams, and I'm going to try and do at least 2 multiplayer live streams in a given month. So I like to stream on Tuesdays from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern. And I expect the next live stream next week will be a multiplayer live stream. And so at least 2 of every month's live streams will probably be multiplayer. Speaking of multiplayer, my obligated plug, I am a G-Portal partner. That's who I get all my multiplayer servers hosted through. And honestly, they've worked really well. I did a video on setting them up, a dedicated multiplayer server on G-Portal, and they've been great to partner with. Really good support system, and they've helped me out a lot as I run anywhere from 3 to 5 multiplayer servers right now. For the community, we've got 3. We're talking about what the 4th server is going to be, and so having a lot of fun with the multiplayer servers in the community. So if you are looking to get into hosting your own dedicated multiplayer server, check out the link in the description. It'll get you, I believe, 10% off of your subscription price right now. They had a promotion going. It used to be 5%, and now I think we get 10% off for channel members. So check that link out. It'll save you a couple bucks and help the channel out a little bit. Anyone know of any quad track mods besides Carl Farms? I do not. I mean, there's the base game ones that Giants added, so. And yes, Scooter, that is the Whiskey Sierra's trailer that has the spread axle. Nope, Junt's got you covered there. I'm way behind on chat as always. Legacy Egg had to stop out. Glad to see him getting back into the swing of things. Yeah, me too. It's been a lot of fun getting back into things slowly here over the last week, and hopefully the trend continues. I was kind of hoping this combine would start driving. Maybe I should just pull forward and he'll get going. There we go. Yeah, who knows? Actually, I'd probably be more inclined to blame the base game Giants truck than the trailer at this point. I might have hit there. I came across one or two like hidden colliders in a few areas of the map when I was driving around earlier. So there might be something actually there that you just couldn't see as well that I smacked into. Let's see here. Base game 620 quad needs more options. Yeah. Is there a way to edit the work plan mod so it will auto-populate when you buy land, plow, etc.? That's a good question. I have to imagine there is a way to do that. I just don't know what that is. We've started using the work plan mod on our multiplayer servers, and that's a lot of fun. That's been really useful to kind of keep everybody in sync on what needs to be done. But it does require you to go in and make those updates when you add a new field. The invoicing mod is also something we put on all of our servers. It's worked out pretty well. Oh, we're loading on the tarp side again. Shame on me. I feel like modders are mostly still getting good models and pieces of equipment into the game and haven't worked on many mods with huge amounts of customizations. Yeah, I feel like that's probably the case, although I'll say that, you know, with an asterisk, I feel like a lot of modders have added mods with a good amount of customization. You know, take, for example, the truck that we've got in here by Northwest Mods and Edits that we were showing off earlier, right? If I tab over here, like, this thing's got a lot of customization to it, and I've really enjoyed using this mod in my saves from 19 to 22. And so we've seen a lot of good mods come from 19 that, you know, are just really solid mods like this, where, you know, are there trucks with more options than this? Probably, but I'd rather have a good solid mod that works and you know all of the options are going to work than to have, you know, something that's kind of, you know, hokey and, you know, yeah, it's got a lot of options, but who knows how many errors you're getting in your log, and, you know, is the file size, you know, 500 megabytes for a given mod. So that's kind of the trade-off there. But I feel like FS22 is just now starting to hit its prime, which is, for me, an exciting time. You know, I've been off since FS22 came out. I've been kind of on and off due to real life issues, but now that there's so many mods out, I feel like I can finally do everything I want to do in Farm Sim. And with Precision Farming coming out next week, like, that's my jam. That's my prime time. And so, you know, it's almost like I was joking with somebody yesterday. I should have just waited a week for my big comeback to YouTube to start putting out videos, because Precision Farming coming out, I'm going to be putting that on every map I've got. Would help if every update didn't break the stuff you were working on. Makes it harder to keep up. That I can feel you on, Nitro Dad. Like, it's definitely been frustrating. I know a number of modders that have complained that things are just changing out from under them and getting broken. And that's one of the reasons that Thundar quoted when he, you know, people were asking him early on if he was going to convert Community Extension or the Unit Convert mod. And he's like, well, I'm going to wait until Giants isn't breaking, you know, the underlying engine every other patch. Lucas, do I know of any J&M grain carts out for public use in Farm Sim? I think, well, I think there's some gravity wagons from J&M that Dennis Farms converted to FS22. As far as actual grain carts, I'm not sure on off of the top of my head. I know there's a number of different Demco carts out. There's a much smaller one. I don't know if I have it on the save or not. I do. I really like these smaller Posiflow Demco carts. I know there's a number of Kinsey carts out. Dairy Deer converted this Oxbow high tip. I like that. But I haven't seen a J&M grain cart yet, but it might exist. I know they were out there for FS19, so if there's likely a conversion done somewhere. Yeah, Rich, another awesome thing about the truck mod is that the tailgate actually works. Agreed. Yeah, it's funny is I'm not a Ford guy. Like, you know, real life I'm a Chevy truck guy. And so it kills me every time I get into the Ford, but it's probably one of the best truck mods that I've used in Farm Sim. It just works, and it's so much attention to detail. That's why I can't plug Northwest Mods and Edits enough for how good of a job he did on that truck. And it's funny, it's like the first mod that we put on all the multiplayer servers, because everybody in the members group that plays on our multiplayer servers, they just love that truck. So we do use the heck out of that thing for sure. Can I show the in-store of that truck mod? Yeah, absolutely. Here, let me get to the, make sure I'm driving straight here. And then let's pull up the store and go to the vehicle list. And so this is the Super Duty. Now this is a slightly customized version that I have because he added my logo to it, but it's got the 350, and then you've got different tire options, you know, duals versus not, off-road versus street tires. You go into the 450, we've got flatbeds, and so lots of different options there. And then also, if I just come back into like a normal style truck, I've got headache rack options, I've got diesel tank options, I can put different toolboxes in here, I've got work lights like on the corners and different areas, I got mud flap options. I mean, it's just really well done. Lots of little options here, different bumpers, and then of course, you know, we've got the decals. I can even put on trailer hitch, gooseneck hitches, and then he went with the real. So I've got two different interior color options, and then like standard truck options. So you can get a really nice looking truck here and set things up. So. Oh, we almost made Livin's dream come true here, but not quite. We were in the menu for so long, I didn't quite make it into the river. Oh, we're trying. There we go. Yeah, I would love to see somebody put out a Chevy truck with the same attention to detail and no errors. Like, that's the part that always drove me nuts about so many of these truck mods, is there's so many truck mods out there that are just chock full of errors. So, Bree, if you're looking for that Ford truck, there's a link in the description of this video to Northwest Mods and Edits Facebook group. So you will need to join the Facebook group in order to get it. That's where he releases all of his mods, but it's just, you just have to join the group, so you do require a Facebook account, unfortunately. A nice truck on Xbox. So the problem with Xbox is that you can't use any of the branded trucks on Xbox because Giants doesn't have the licensing for them. So I think in order, the only quote-unquote nice trucks you're going to see on there are the generic trucks that are being made, like 82 Studios has his TLX pickup truck. And then I know in FS19, NMC Modding made a set of trucks that very much looked like major branded trucks, but had different brand names. I don't know what his plans are to bring those to FS22 at this point, but I was using those in a number of saves back in 19, and they worked really well. So I'm trying to think here. It's already 10:30. I'm thinking we go and open up that other field after this round. So when we get the combine back up to the other end of the field, I know we don't have that much left here, but if I keep going on this field, we'll be doing it till the end of the stream. So I want to go open up this other field by the river here and see how that goes. So we're going to follow that back up here. And yeah, Toby, that's a good point. Is a lot of mods where you have them single player and they're error free, and then the second you put it on a multiplayer server, the world just ends. And we've had a few of those experiences with different mods on the multiplayer server. Heck, even Giants' own conversion of the Borgo drill completely didn't work when we got to multiplayer. And so I had to edit the mod to get it to even trail down the road well enough to use it in multiplayer. So I'm really hoping to see Giants kind of fix that mod, you know, given that it's their own mod and they clearly didn't test it on a multiplayer server. But not trying to be too harsh here. But I want to see them fix it so that I can see how they fixed it. And hopefully then either if it gets fixed as part of the updating the game, or if it gets fixed as an update to the mod to make it work better. So because the fix that a lot of people are using for certain trailed vehicles and multiplayer is kind of hacky right now. So we'll see what they do with that Borgo pack to get it working better. Yeah, Scooters, I have to be careful. I am a partner. I try to be positive, but it was really disappointing to put a Giants mod on our multiplayer server and have it be unplayable. Faber Farming, good to see you, man. Hopefully you've been well, long time. I'm finally getting back into the streaming world. We've been putting out videos. In fact, I snuck a video in right before the live stream, so that was really brave of my vocal cords here to try and record a video and then jump into a live stream. But I did record a video. We sent it off to editing, so hopefully that'll launch there on Thursday. Or what's today? Tuesday? Yeah, Thursday we'll have a new video too. Oh my goodness, Faber Farming, you did a 12-hour live stream. That's a long time. I could not do 12 hours of live streaming. Definitely not. We are 2 hours is my sweet spot. Sometimes 2.5, but 2 hours seems just about right for me to do a live stream. All right, I'm gonna jump out here real quick. We're gonna run over here and see if I can grab this guy before we go too far, and we're gonna go ahead and open this field up. I'm looking forward to seeing what this looks like. Now I am gonna come over here and start on this side because I'm not thinking I'm gonna make it all the way around this field. I think we're gonna run out of capacity in our tanks, so there's not really any field entrances on these fields, I guess I would say, is my only noticeable complaint so far tonight, is that it'd be nice to have a field entrance. I don't know why I get so hung up on little things like that, but that's the one thing I'm kind of picking up on right now. Nitro Dead, you've had to recode all the production points and sell points to make to more playable for multiplayer, have a new map set up to eliminate all the issues folks told you about. Yeah, it's interesting. I did a ton of testing for MB Farms on the Westby map before it released. Like, you know, and that was one of the many reasons why I didn't put a lot of videos out for a period of time there, is I was probably putting a half hour to an hour of testing in every night on that map for a couple of weeks. And we just kept running into all kinds of really weird issues. And then Giants released a patch the day that he was going to release the map, and it broke like a bunch of other things. And it was just like, come on, we just got this working. It's too much sometimes. It's too much, but that's all right. Let's see here. So this is a pretty straight run down this part of the field, and we'll get done with the boring straight part here, and then hopefully get over by the river here and do the nice fun curvy part. So I think what I'm going to do is set the worker off while he's going down the straight part, and we're going to jump over here and we're going to try and unload, because we've got a nice grass berm there. We'll unload as we get down the end of this field, and then we'll drive the combine up the curvy part by the river here. Have a little bit of a scenic view. How do you open trailers on Xbox? Great question. I am not sure what the controls are on Xbox. I'm been primarily a PC player all this time. So let's see if there's enough room for me to sneak in here and unload this combine, though. It looks like it might be a little tight, but we can squeeze in there. Can't wait for 82's update for his trucks for the in-field capabilities like a forage wagon on the back of one of his trucks. Yeah, so in 19, there were a couple of those AR-framed trucks where you could put a grain box on there and have like a grain truck, and I always thought that was really awesome because when I was farming, we had a grain truck with a big gravity wagon behind it, actually, that we used to augment the 2 semis that we had, and I ended up spending a good chunk of my time driving the grain truck just because it was easier at times and legal for me to drive as opposed to the semis. And so I would definitely like to see some more grain trucks come to Farm Sim 22. And for those that are on console, obviously 82 Studios' stuff is always console ready as well. You had Westby up on your second dedicated server for a couple weeks. Love the map. Unfortunately, it blew up your server and you could not recover any of the saved games. Ouch. That's unfortunate. We on the earlier version we had some problems, but the later version of the map has been pretty stable for us. We've had 1 or 2 minor issues that we're still working through, but for the most part, Westby's run, I think I've had to restart it a couple of times in the last week. But let's be honest, should probably be restarting a Farm Sim server every day if you're playing on it heavily. Especially if that server is a 4X or bigger map. I find that Farm Sim and mods especially are just not necessarily always the most performant. And so we've had the best luck when I set up a nightly restart for our multiplayer servers. And Farm Sim has a thing that's supposed to restart servers, and it works okay sometimes. But that's one of the things I've really liked with our G-Portal servers that we run as a community, is that G-Portal has a setup where I can restart the virtual machine that's actually running that server. And so no matter what state the server is in, because what we found is the Farm Sim server would get to a point where it would lock up and not restart itself. But the G-Portal restart always worked for us. And so I've set that up to restart at a certain time every night on a few of our servers, and that works really well. But for the most part, I've liked Westby because it's pretty performant for a 4X map. You know, the map size is under a gigabyte, and it just seems to work. I'm loving the scenery, though. That I kind of flew over the map before the live stream, and I just like the idea of being down here in the river valley with all the trees surrounding me. Loving the view here. So huge kudos to DJ Modding for putting this map together. It's a really well done map. The details are good. The performance is good. It's a really well done map. We used to use retired fire trucks and mounted Parker grain cart boxes on them. Oh, nice. For transporting the crops to the co-op, and a Parker gooseneck on the back. That's really cool. I would love to see a picture of that sometime. That sounds really cool. Yeah, Bree, I have noticed that sometimes the Giant server UI either refuses to stop a server, or you stop it and it says it can't stop the server. But if you just hit the home tab on the UI, then it'll refresh that page, and you can see that the server was indeed stopped and that you need to now start it again. I find that the UI in general can be a little bit flaky, and so it always helps to hit the home tab on that screen, the dedicated server screen, and it like forces everything to refresh for you. The running this X9 and the other big equipment here, I'm really feeling the need to get into a more modern, larger scale equipment series here at some point. I'm missing my modern John Deere equipment here. We're gonna have to try and find a suitable map for a Let's Play that has some acres behind it, I think. Because I like my big equipment for sure. And there's enough mods out now that I feel like I could do it. Earlier on, I felt like when I was trying to do it, I just couldn't find enough mods to handle the acres. And so now we've got the mods. We need to find the map that I'm going to run bigger equipment on. We're probably not going to make it to the end of this field, which is unfortunate, because I was hoping to at least get to the end before needing to unload with the grain cart again. We'll see how it goes. 98%. It's just not going to happen. So let's go ahead and put this arm out here. Oh, there it is. We're crushing the crops. All right, grain cart, it's your time to shine. We're way up on the hill here for some reason. I don't remember parking way up there. Not paying attention, apparently. Zoom, zoom, zoom. It's always interesting doing the live stream where it's like normally this would be a section in a video where I would just cut it out until I'm right up behind the combine. So I'm always finding that I have to fill the space here. It's a good time to catch up on chat. Although I'm worried if I look away, we're going to end up in the river. I do not want to, I don't want to make Livin's prophecy come true here. We're trying our hardest to stay out of the river tonight. Yeah, Toby, I'd say that's probably the only thing that is maybe a smidge off, just in that the parts of Nebraska I've been to, at least, you know, it aren't don't have this many trees. It's a lot flatter, but it's a good map. So that's always the balance for me. It's always funny when I hear of a real life location that I've been to. Now, I haven't actually been to this area, so. But that's what I've heard from a number of people. Oops, I didn't mean to turn that off. I meant to turn it on. The 1,500 bushels of corn should float just fine, yeah. No, this trailer's got a few small issues with it for sure. I feel like I'm hunched over here. I haven't paid any attention at all to where my camera is on the side here, so hopefully I'm staying in frame for you guys. Got too many open windows here. Definitely get this opened up. I said I was going to use Courseplay to do this, but I really wanted to just drive the combine for a while myself. Yeah, this bridge is epic, though. We drove across it earlier in the stream, and while it may not exist in real life, it's a really cool bridge. So that always takes me back to the, like, you know, it's a great map. It's just the location thing that always gets, you know, the devil's in the details, right? If you just made it a generic map, I think people you know, wouldn't pay that much attention to, you know, those kinds of things, but a lot of people like to relate a map to a real world area, so it's a trade-off. I think that it's probably loosely based off of the GPS maybe of that area from a terrain perspective. I don't know. Bree, the Midwestern way of relating to folks. I appreciate it. I am from Minnesota originally and currently located in Michigan, so definitely got the whole Midwest thing down. I was trying to lift my head up there, but didn't happen. Now, I'm going to take this down until the row's cut in, and then I think I'm going to go back up and start the worker off. Scooter's Workbench, good to have you in the stream tonight. Appreciate you as always. Have a good evening. Yeah, if we were running on here, I'd actually... That's the one thing I was mentioning earlier is missing the field entrances. I would certainly encourage map makers to do field entrances if they're doing, especially North American maps. It's just almost every, at least in the Midwest, all the fields had field entrances, driveways to pull into, so... Lurking and working, Argzy, gonna head off. Appreciate ya, as always. Hopefully you're doing well, and we should get together soon and talk about doing something fun. You and FSG always got some good ideas for me, so we should get together soon, sir. Have a good rest of your day, though. So let's get this going here. I'm going to leave a couple rows on my left side because I think we pick up a roll further down. And hire helper, grab grain cart. Like now, how long have I been a YouTuber for? I've been on YouTube for a long time. But I really only started posting videos probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, but not like in a very serious way. It hasn't been until the last couple of years that I really started putting a lot of energy into this channel. And even that, it's been more of a hobby than anything else. So it's been fun. I did quit my job for a while last year and did a lot more YouTube than I've done recently, but... had a really interesting opportunity come by that pulled me back out of trying to make a go of doing this full time. So we've been much more focused on some of those real life things that have been a lot of fun. And this is kind of a hobby still for me, but it's something that I enjoy doing so much that I have definitely kept going at it. Have a good night, Henry. And good luck with the storms and such. I know it's crazy in a few different areas right now. Oh my goodness, the brakes are terrible. Here we go. Parking it. Let's grab that semi. I'm going to see if the other side of the road has a sell point too, just for the fun of it. Because we've probably got almost enough in the grain cart there to fill this thing back up again. We managed to get out of the ditch this time without getting stuck, which is always a bonus. Guess I could give it a few more gears. Yeah, the precision farming mod is going to really change the game again like it did in 19. So that was probably my favorite mod behind, you know, needing to have seasons in FS19. So I'm really excited to see that coming back so quickly to FS22. All right, let's see what we got here. I have no idea what the sell point is, but we're gonna pull over here. It looks like there's a scale, so I'll weigh myself on the way in, and I think there's a dump point right behind me here. Oh, I'm stuck in the trees. There we go. The AI worker's already almost full, unfortunately. I always love when there's only one scale. It's like, where's the scale on the way back out? Maybe this is not a sell point that I can sell corn at. Good to know. All right, back across the road we go. So I'm pretty sure that one was. We're gonna drop the gears down. We're having a hard time pulling this full load of corn up these little hills. There we go. All right. I know this sell point works, but I also know I can't drive very well, so we almost clipped that fence, but not quite. Baling hay on Westby Farm 129. Nice. Yeah, I did a lot of baling on Westby earlier today, actually, for the video for Thursday, so I can feel you there. Let's back. I think I need to back up just a little bit here. I pulled too far forward and didn't have the front hopper selected. Does anybody know if we can expect a real seasons mod? I don't think so. I haven't heard that there's one in the works. I think that given that Giants put a version of seasons into the base game here, that the RM team is not working on that, was the last I heard. Now, whether or not they change their mind or modders come out with things that enhance how seasons works, I don't know. But I haven't heard that there's a full mod coming out yet. There you go. Confirmation. Not at this time. Outlaw Gaming, good to see you. How you doing, sir? We've been playing Frankenmuth Farm a lot. Hopefully something like Lone Oak Farm comes out soon. Yeah, Frankenmuth looked like a good map. I did a map review on that when it was PC only. But I know the console version of that is out now as well, which has got to be exciting for console players because it looked like a pretty solid map. And wow, we're full here as well. I should have brought this up to the semi-trailer before parking it. We apparently shut it off too. I'm gonna do the hairpin here, see if we can get turned around without tipping it this time. There we go. Goodness. So this will probably completely fill up that semi. I think that semi-trailer is only 50,000 liters. I can't recall if it's 50 or 60, but we're not keeping up with the semi, that's for sure, or with the combine, that's for sure. This thing does pull it up the hill like a champ, but the brakes, oh my goodness, the brakes are non-existent. We are not getting this thing. I'm trying to back up. It's not backing up. Oh no, we crashed into our semi. Well, this is just a disaster. Outlaw Gaming, I'm liking the map a lot. I think DJ Modding did a really good job. Lots of detail on the map. Things look good. It looks good, especially in the fall here. All the trees on the map really pop out. And I haven't had any performance problems. You know, I know I've got a PC that's a little bit better than maybe the average player, but it's worked really good on my end. Compared to a lot of maps, it's been solid. So, definitely an awesome map. Oh, goodness. Cody Bird, good evening. Where have I been? I have been gone for the last couple of months, more or less, but I'm back now and loving it. Yeah, we're a 60K trailer here, so we'll get a little bit more in here. We'll rush down here to the end and try and get this combine moving. Yeah, this has been a fun live stream tonight. This map is good. I'm digging it. I can see why there's so many people running series on this map right now. I've seen quite a few people out playing it and just haven't gotten a chance to look at it myself. So now that I've played on it, I've seen it and I like it. I think Outlaw, one of the things that we were talking about a little bit earlier is just that a number of people have said it doesn't really feel right for the area of Nebraska that it's claiming to be from. And so, from that perspective, I guess, maybe you'd want to think about it, but from just a map perspective, it's a really well done map. So from where I'm sitting, I'm more paying attention to the fact that this is a really solid map, looks good, seems to play good. So yeah, I haven't seen a lot of Canadian maps in FS22 yet, especially not on console yet. So that one is something you might be waiting for. I haven't seen that there's any really coming yet either. Tifter's thoughts on I Seem RP roleplay. I've been tempted to do a roleplay series for a long time. I'm just not sure that I'm cut out for it. I always find it really, what's the word, cringy to roleplay. And it's funny, as I've watched FSG's, I've watched a few of the episodes of his latest roleplay, and I would say in a lot of ways he and I have similar styles to things, and watching him pull it off has been really exciting, because I've always been afraid that there's just no way I could ever bring myself to do a reasonable role play, and he's done a stellar job with his, and so I've really enjoyed watching him do it. I've liked Daggerwind's role play as well, that he'd done from time to time. I liked his style, and then I've definitely spent a lot of time in seeing guys like the Squad that do a lot of role play content. And their stuff is always funny and over the top, which isn't necessarily my style. I would have to do something probably a little bit more serious. But for me, it's always been kind of intimidating to see all these other YouTubers that do a really good job at it. And I think I would have a harder time doing it. So I've kind of shied away from it. I'm more of a, I like to talk about my real life experiences and stuff, but I'm not sure I could pull off a role play. Farmer Taz, I saw your message. Why do serious? I don't know. I don't know if I could be funny on the spot like that. So I don't know. We'd have to see. But for me, I think in order to do a role play, I'd have to do it with other people. I think I would need to do a multiplayer series with some other people, other content creators maybe. And that always gets tricky too, is to figure out, what content goes on which channel and how to pull that off. But I think for me to do roleplay, I would need to collaborate with some other people to pull that off. The brakes on this thing are gonna do me in. Yeah, Farmer Taz, appreciate the kind words. I'm definitely doing much better. We're getting back into the swing of things, and I'm having a blast getting back into Farm Sim. I definitely missed making videos. I missed coming and hanging out with you guys on live streams for sure. So the fact that we're back at it now, not daily yet, but hopefully someday, but we're getting the content out again every couple of days and enjoying every minute of it. So we will be doing more and more of this. And yeah, I'm glad to see so many people are loving that Wyoming series from FSG. He's been doing a standout job on that. And the fact that he's using the Jason Stratham picture for the in-game dialogue bits is hilarious for me. So gave me some good chuckles there. Definitely love FSG's content. Oh, goodness. So I am looking at my clock here. We're pushing up after 11 p.m. here, folks, and that is generally my limit. I do have pretty early days these days, getting the kids off to school and whatnot. It's crazy. The bus for the older kid, well, he doesn't take the bus anymore, but the older kid gets up at like 6 a.m. now to get to school on time, which is my old man bones. I used to get up that early when I worked on the farm all the time, but I got spoiled over COVID. I was sleeping in until 7:30, 8 o'clock, and enjoying that a lot more. So getting up at 6 a.m. is no fun at all. But I appreciate everybody coming out for the live stream tonight. And I think we're going to wrap things up here tonight. And I'm going to keep working on getting some more videos out over the next several days. And hopefully we can get to a point where we're getting videos out every couple of days, if not daily again at some point here. And there'll be a lot more of me. And like I've said a few times in the live stream today, make sure to check out the links in the description of the video, especially those for DJ Modding, who made this wonderful map, and then Permas and Carl Farms, who made some of the mods that we've been playing with here, Northwest Mods and Edits, who made the awesome pickup truck that we're using tonight. And yeah, I don't know. Enjoy your evening, everyone. I will be back in live streaming again next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So hopefully we'll see you then. And yeah, that's all for today. Ketterk.